What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I think we're gonna do top 5 folders of 2024 so far for me. Because I've gotten some cool stuff. I've been carrying some cool, this is gonna be kind of the stuff I carry the most and give you an idea of why I like it. Before I do that, I tell you what, we'll just go over the knife wall here and I'll show you kind of an overview of what I have so you know what I'm working with. All right, so we've got Medford up there, we've got some Kershaw's, Buck, we've got some MKM, got some Hogue, got some fixed blades up there. We're not going to do fixed blades today. This is the Microtech section. We've got some Sebenza in there, some Spartan, some Benchmades, and then down here is the whole row of Protechs because we have lots of Protechs. That is a Tomahawk by Half Face Blades, and then I've got a couple more Half Face Blades down here. We've got some Bokers, we've got the Spyderco section, and a TRM. So that's what we're working with. Let me grab the 5, and I'll give a couple little runners up to honorable mentions, and we will chat the most carried folders of 2024 so far. All right, so getting started, I'm going to give you a couple of honorable mentions first because these are incredible knives, but I have some more incredible knives. So this is my Hogue Deca in Ultim scales and MagnaCut. If you are shopping for an ultralight pocket knife, this is a crossbar lock. If you are shopping for an ultralight pocket knife, this is your dude. Obviously bug outs are cool, but this knife is so good. I like the clip point shape of the blade over a regular drop point for the purpose that I use this knife for, which is basically a lightweight knife if I've got more lightweight pants on, you know, like where I'm not wearing jeans or, you know, I'll wear like 511 shorts or something usually, and they have a little spot on their pocket for a heavier knife. And if you're not wearing something like that, even in dress pants, I know this isn't like a dressy knife, but it's so light and it folds up so small. And of course, MagnaCut and, you know, Hogue is super high quality. The factory edge is incredible. I like the transparency of this scale material being this Ultim. This is just a really cool knife. So I don't carry this a lot anymore because I've got other stuff, but I do still carry it a lot more than other stuff, if that makes sense. You know, got a lot of knives here, so we're trying to narrow this down. It's kind of hard actually. So there you go. There is the Hogue Deca. We'll set him over to the side. And then the other kind of runner-up knife that I've got here is, I just recently got this actually. This is a Protech Runt 5, and this is in MagnaCut in the Tiffany blue scales. The reason this is a runners-up is because I carry this almost daily, but this is sort of like a 5th pocket knife. This is sort of, it's not my main pocket knife, but it is a pocket knife that I carry. So I may have 2 knives on me, and this might be one of them. And I absolutely love this thing. Man, it hits. I'm a huge Protech fan. You'll see that in a moment. This is, oh my gosh, this thing is so neat. What a cool knife. MagnaCut blade. I love I don't like the Warncliffe one. I rather have this, I guess they call it a sheep's foot or a reverse Tonto sort of deal. It works great for opening packages, etc., like whatever little small knife stuff that you need to do. Plus, it's under 2 inches, so you can take it some places where you can't take other stuff. Leslie has a purple and black one of these, and she uses hers every day. Like the end of hers is all scarred up. It's black, but it's all scarred up because she uses it so much. Yeah, this is a great little knife, man. The Protech Runt 5. All right, we'll leave that dude over there. Let's see, I guess let's get into our actual top 5. And in number 5 spot, this isn't going to be actually in order, but it might be actually in the order that I carry these knives. Yeah, we'll go in the order that I carry them. This is a Protech, again, PT, Strider PT. And there's a mixed Strider design. It's an automatic knife. This is a MagnaCut blade. This is a 2024 Blade Show exclusive, and I think it's got it's numbered, you know, number 40 of 100, or I don't know, something like that. If this knife is so good, it fits in my hand really, really well. It has, obviously the edge is incredible. You know, the edge is freaking amazing. And again, for just a small utility knife that you put in your pocket, kind of disappears in your pocket. And this is sort of, I know it looks sort of tactical, and you might be like, I wouldn't use this as a dress knife or take this somewhere fancy. But here's the thing. When it's folded up and when it's in the pocket, it kind of disappears. So this is like a big little knife, right? So when you deploy this and you have a full, you can choke up like this, you can go like this, I can get a full grip on this knife. And so if I need a big little knife that I can take somewhere and still be discreet, I'm not typically very discreet about my knives because I really like them, and I think there's nothing wrong with carrying a pocket knife. But if for some reason you have to, or you just kind of want to go under the radar, look how deep that goes in the pocket, and the design makes it to where you don't even see the thing except for just that top little cap, you know. So this is a great knife. So in number 5 spot, this is a great knife. I use this quite a bit. I carry this quite a bit, and yeah, it's awesome. I've only had to kind of strop it once since I've gotten it, and I've used it a lot. Literally cutting boxes down in the garage, like all kinds of crazy stuff. All right, that's number 5. All right, let's see. Number 4 is going to be my TRM Atom. This knife is a 20 CV blade. This is sculpted and machined titanium scales. These are not super easy to get because they do them in limited drops. I got this one from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. The workmanship, the fit and finish, and we've got a full video on this knife on the channel. It is so good. The blade is so thin. It's not a heavy duty work knife, but it is an absolute slicey, super utility, looks beautiful. Now this is a knife that I will carry in dress pants because it is not heavy, because it does disappear down into the pocket very, very easily. And when you do take it out, it's classy looking, super classy. Just, I mean, it looks like jewelry, you know, with that. Oh man, I love this thing. And the action on this thing is just, it's just incredible. I've never had to tweak anything. I've never had to adjust a pivot. I've nothing. Like this has just been absolutely incredible knife to own. And actually, I actually took it out of my pocket today to shoot this video. I actually have this, and this is what's in my pocket today. An incredible knife. All right, let's see. Number 3 is gonna be the hard use knife. This is the Microtech MSI, and this has got the new ram lock. So it's like a crossbar lock, but it's not. It's got the coil spring there, and it's got this bar. This knife, I think this is their M390K or MK390 or whatever they call it, their proprietary M390 steel at Microtech. Here's the thing about this knife. It's got a thicker blade stock, okay? Obviously, it's got this like sheep's footy kind of sort of thing. Microtech always has a little bit thicker blade stock, so they're not as like thin and slicey as something like this. However, this lock, this handle, this pocket clip, and this blade go so well together. This is not a heavy knife, but if I'm gonna do some hard work, this is the knife that comes out. You can see the blade is very beat up. If I'm cutting, this is the one, tomorrow is bulk trash pickup day in our neighborhood, and I will be cutting down a bunch of cardboard. This is the guy that comes out in the garage with me. You can see the top of the edge of the blade is kind of nicked up. This dude gets some serious work. And I'm pretty sure that this is the least expensive knife on this list, And this guy right here, I could just recommend and recommend and recommend over and over again. This is a big knife. It is large. And it does carry large. It's got a long handle. And it is not thin, right? But man, it does work. It just does some work. They come in a bunch of different colors now too. When I got this, it was when they first came out and they were kind of limited on the amount of colors you could get. But this knife right here, oh my goodness, does it do some work. Yeah, you can beat this one and not feel bad about it. Not only because of the relative cost in comparison to this other stuff, but also the just the fact that it'll take it. It will take it. All right, in number 2, now we're getting into rarefied air here because I have a lot of really cool knives. This is number 2. I know that this particular knife may be one that a lot of people would not actually carry, that they would just collect. That, in fact, my number 1 is also the same. That they would just buy this and they would use it as a collector knife and just be proud to own it. And obviously I am proud to own it. However, this is a Spartan Blades Bill Harsey folder, and this is the special edition relic with all of this engraved filigree in the titanium, and then the titanium is like blued, so it looks like an old firearm. And I absolutely love this knife. Speaking of heavy duty, a lot of people fault this knife for being very thick and very thick behind the edge. I don't care. This is another knife, and this is not an inexpensive knife. This is probably one of my most expensive. In fact, let me think about this. This is my second most expensive knife that I own. And I don't care. I'll go out in the garage and I'll cut up boxes with it. It can take it. It doesn't hurt it. Everything about this thing is made to work. Everything about it is made to just be beat on. Now, obviously, I treat it nicely. I make sure that I don't put my keys in my pocket with the tool. You know, I really take care of it, obviously, and I clean it up when I'm done. You know, so I do take care of my stuff. Obviously, you can see that through all my stuff. But the fact that as you handle it, the color of the titanium is starting to change. You can kind of see it starting to age a little bit, and it's starting to look really, really, really cool. Man, I love this knife. I want another one. They make one in a smaller size too, and I think I want to get that one too. Dang, I love this thing. This was like a grail knife for me. I actually ordered this and it took like a year to come in. Yeah, whew, I love this thing. This is definitely number 2 in my collection. And when we're talking about the amount that I carry it, it is literally the second most carried knife in my collection. Number 1 most carried knife in my collection is another knife that most people would say, I can't, and in fact, people tell me this all the time. They say it to me, to my face. They say it in video comments. I can't believe you carry that. My Reeve Sebenza. This knife is almost the kind of knife that if you said, you have to stop collecting pocket knives today, I wouldn't care because I have one of these. This thing is, there's a reason why they cost what they cost and why they are sought after like they are. I cannot tell you how good this knife is. And I know that there are some people out there who have their reasons, but I think most folks that don't like this knife are collectors who don't like the fact that it gets like little scratches in the titanium and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And maybe it's a little older design, etc. But man, it's so good. It is so good. And it's not as fidgety. You can't really flip it. Like it's, you know, because it's phosphor bronze washers and it's kind of really just meant to slow roll. But man, listen to that. When it locks up and there's no play, there's no stick, there's no nothing. Like, this knife is just unbelievable. The design of the hollow grind is very interesting because it gets thinner, 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 and then it gets a little thicker at the edge, and then it gets thinner again to give you a really thin behind the edge and excellent cutting geometry. It's sharp enough to pierce. It is narrow enough to use as a utility blade. I use it for food prep. I love this knife. I will say that I do want to get a plain side one, the plain Jane one, with no micarta, and I'd like to have it to have two thumb studs. So I would actually like to have a second one of these. It's absolutely, I can't say enough good about it. I've never even taken the lanyard off. This is the S45 VN one, so I would really like to have a MagnaCut one as well. Because I've had this for a couple years now, and it's, you know, obviously you can tell I use it. But this is in my pocket most days. This is the #1 most carried pocket knife in my collection. I know that surprises some folks, but good grief, I love this thing. Well, there you go. There's my top 5 pocket knives that I carry the most. This Reeve Sebenza is really incredible. It really is cool, but they're all good. I carry all of them. In fact, I kind of have a rule that I don't really buy anything that I can't carry or that I won't carry. So there are some knives that I've passed up because I won't really use them. I carry everything over there except the tomahawk. I don't carry the tomahawk, but everything over there has been in my pocket more than once and does get carried. I do use all of them for different reasons, different things. But these are the ones that I really kind of gravitate towards the most naturally. And obviously for purposes, you know, this Microtech Ramlock MSI is just so heavy duty, and it's not super expensive, so I don't feel like I don't need to worry about beating on it. And these other knives have purposes too. So anyway, there you go. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the like button if you like this kind of content or any of this other random stuff we've been putting on this channel. There are links in the channel to affiliates and such that you can use to support the channel. I don't really have any for knives, but that's okay. Anyway, you can check that stuff out too. Hit the subscribe button, share this with your friends. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next video.